Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to go over some new music that I've written using solely a sample library called Street Bucket. This is by Soundiron, and I was so happy when I found out there's actually a Bucket drumming sample library. If you don't know me, and if you don't know anything, any history about me, I actually used to play for a Street Bucket group, and we were called SLAP. Stood for Salt Lake Alternative Percussion, and that's what our specialty was. We actually used to play music on unconventional percussion instruments such as buckets, pots, pans, PVC pipes, etc. And this is actually a very accurate representation of the sounds that we would make in our music. So it's really cool to have it in a sample library setting, so I don't have to do the work in sampling my own sounds, going into a studio and recording it. Rather than that, I can just use these sounds that are right out of the box, and they sound great. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Now, this track I wrote is kind of quirky, just so you know. There are some fun little beats. And then I also incorporated pitched, tuned notes that are all from the buckets and pots and pans. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to play it right now. All right, thanks for watching and listening to that funny little piece I wrote. This is something that I'm really excited about writing music for, because I actually just signed on to maybe start an album which will incorporate stomp type of music. So this is a great starting point. I think anyone that wants to make that kind of music, or Blue Man Group or stomp or whatever, you need to get something like this. Let me play. I'm gonna actually just demonstrate some of the tones that you can get out of it. So excuse me. So we have a Street Bucket garage ensemble. If you look over here to my left, I have you actually have a lot of different patches you can load up. So it's broken down to three different sections. So it will be the bedroom, and there's 3 patches for each, garage, street, and then on the 2 bottom here, these are actually more ambient patches. So one is actually like outside, real-time sounds that you would just hear outside, which is awesome. And then you also have a more granular type synthesis that's been done on it to make it sound like a pad. Okay, so now going back to the patch I have already loaded up here, this one is called the Garage Ensemble. So I'm going to play you guys all the tones. And I think some of them double or they're round robins of each other. Okay, so it's tuned to in a way like a piano. It goes from low to high. It's very intuitive. So that's what I love about the arrangement of this. And so I really like how detailed these sounds are and how much length they went to go about getting different tones out of the bucket, because you know, for the most part you can only get two tones. One is the center and the other is the rim, and you can kind of substitute this for the bass or kick, and that it would be your snare drum. But you can think more outside the box and get more subtle tones by introducing different parts of the bucket, like the side, and also they I think sampled different drums, such as let me see here if I can show you. If you look over here, they'll give you a list. They have different 5-gallon types. They got 2 gallons, 5-quart, and 2-quart. So those are the main sizes of the buckets they use. And then along with the lid or center, rim, and then they also have the sides of the drum. All of that can be used in a very creative manner. Going to the pots and pans, that metal sound, it's kind of like your hi-hat, your ride cymbal sound. And they also went about to sample the bottom and top of each instrument, of each little pot pan. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of pots and pans, I believe, or maybe less with the sides of it. But to give you an idea of how detailed that is very wonderful. I recommend layering them on with another patch. So right now I have a garage 5-gallon bucket, and then this one is a bedroom bucket. So I should change that over. Bedroom bucket. Okay, so these two are layered on. I'm gonna solo the other one now. So you can hear the different sounds, and if you layer that, they'll sound more full and sounds like it's being played by 2 or more people. One other aspect that I really liked was Soundiron went about adding brushes on how a bucket would sound if you hit it with a brush rather than a drumstick. So there's a few of those. Looks like they got the center edge rim, the side high and side low, and this is only available on the street patch side of things. So the street patch is going to be different from your garage solo patch, which will offer different sounds. So it's gonna be good to play around, spend some time on it, and really get to know each ensemble and what they can offer. Now I'm going to go ahead and play this part one more time. I just love that sound. The brushes add so much to it. If I don't play that, let's go ahead. I'm going to mute the melodic stuff again. So if I play this without the brushes, listen to the energy and what's lost on it. Okay, so there is a smaller bucket being played as well. I'm going to unmute this now. Yep. So cool. I really like the idea of having brushes on there. There's also a sample for sticks. So if you go here and you select sticks, you can get an authentic stick sound. And you know, because they are on one of those piano roll pitch samples, you can go pretty low on them and get different sounds that way. So I should probably address the melodic side. So what I wanted to do was to kind of stretch myself and see if I can make something melodic out of an instrument like this. And of course, because this was designed in a way where you could, with different samples that you can time stretch and pitch to a different note, I thought it would be really fun to make a piece that had that. So it's still minimal, of course, but let's go by different notes here. So I'll start with the bass line. Right, so that's the bass line. I thought it would be fun to have like a sneaky covert operation type sound. And then here's the bucket, a melodic bucket. And then a melodic pot. Put it all together. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's talk about the last part of what's offered is the urban ambience patch. And they kind of swell and fade in and out, which is nice. I can probably layer it too if I wanted. Okay. So if you wanted to go ahead and do that, you can layer it and sound like you're outside, like an authentic street busker. One more thing is you have your urban dark pad. Okay. Go high. So don't ask me how they got that, but I'm guessing they are using already used material or sampled material, using some kind of granular processing to get these really cool ambient sounds you might not be able to find anywhere else. And this is all just coming from buckets, pans, and pots. Okay, so I want to thank you for watching, and Soundiron for making this beautiful sampled instrument. You can make street sounds right out of the gate, and you can mix and match that with other libraries, of course, and you can get a nice custom sound to whatever you're making. All right, I'll talk to you later.